Yes, we are here again this morning, this evening, depending on the time you are going to watch it. This program. We are here again to talk about Africa politics, because as we may all know that the election that has just took place in Uganda, being won by the previous president, that is President Museveni. This thing is somehow surprising to most of us to see that in Africa, we can still see, or it's highly to believe, to see any young president. Because in Africa of today, the old politicians, the old guide, they don't want to leave the power for the young one. So those are some of the reasons that we can still see that today we are still seeing Africa, most of the African countries are still backward. So how can you imagine an 81 years old man, that is Museveni, although he has his own right to campaign or to win an election, but how can you imagine a man of 81 years to continue to reign? I mean, to continue to rule the country. What kind of idea does he have that he want to bring to the modern days democracy? It's surprising to most of us to see that in Africa, those are some of the politicians that are leading us backward. And today, Africa needs to move forward, but those politicians who are in power, they don't want to leave power for the young ones, so which is very bad. And we don't really know where did Africa politicians, where did they get it wrong. So as we are seeing now that a lot of tension is going on in Uganda, a lot of people are complaining of how Museveni have been ruling them. It's very shameful to some of them to see that people are still supporting this old guide, those old politicians. At least there's this young Bobby Wine who contested with Museveni. But now we are hearing that Bobby Wine is nowhere to be found because the guy has to run for his dear life due to what the politicians are planning in Uganda. Museveni has been in power for over 4 decades, and you can see that these old politicians in Africa, when they are in power, they don't want to leave. Those are some of the problems we are facing in Africa, because the old guard who think that the power belongs to them, they want to remain there to make sure that they continue to control the power. Thank you for the like. Thank you so much. And if you are just joining us for the first time, please kindly follow our page and like our page if today is your first time of seeing our profile here. The problem of Africa is just that the old politicians who believe that they own everything and they can control the young one, of which is very bad for them, because they don't know that as the world is growing, so also that everything is changing. So, looking at what is going on today, Museveni winning himself to say he wants to remain in power, 81 years old. So it's a very big shame. It's a very big shame. And you can also see that the Africa Observer, now they will not come out to say that the election was free and fair. As usual, that is what they will always say. And of which every one of us, we know that the election is not free and fair. So, it's a very big problem, especially when you are talking of politics in Africa. So the politicians in Africa, they see it as maybe if anyone is in position, they feel that that position is what they are going to inherit that place. So just as we have seen before in the life of a Cameroon, we have the Cameroon about a 91 years old president, including Nigeria, my country, which we are also facing today. We have a 80-something years old president, but despite that, they will continue to deny their age. But we all know, of course, that the age they said they are is not real. So I believe that I'm sorry for the people because it's like a long way for them because this young man, Bobby Wine, has been trying all his best to make sure that he gets his own position in Africa. But to most politicians in Africa, they don't believe that maybe they don't believe in any transition of power. They believe that yes, they are born to rule. They want to remain there forever. No, of course, it's very, very bad. At least because Uganda, the young people of Uganda, they want to see their country grow. They want to see a new president. They want to see a new change of government. How can the one man remain in power for over four decades, of which is not encouraged? So at least the older politicians, they should give the young one a chance to try and see that they make changes in their country. Africa continent needs change. We all need change to make sure that Africa has a good development. The old guard who continue to remain in power, and because they did not care for the young one, all they care for is just for their generation and stomach infrastructure. So the Africa is lacking back when we are talking of in terms of politics. The African politicians, they did not care about me and you. So all they care for is just because of their selfish interests. So we all need to come together, African Union, and then as we can also see that today, we can also see now that there are African Union or the Africa who went to observe the election. They will not come and tell you that no, the election was free and fair, of which we all know that the election was not free and fair. But they will say that no, there was no problem with the election, all is well. You know, it is very, very bad. It's very, very unfortunate that this is where we find ourselves in Africa. According to what the African News has just report, it said the Uganda president Yoweri Museveni won a 7th term in office. Can you imagine a man being in position for the 7th term? It's over 81 years old man being in power for so long, the 7th term in office. He said that after the election, married by violence and internet shut down. Can you imagine? The internet was shut down in the whole country during the period of the election, with the Africa Observer saying that arrest and subduction had installed fear, because everybody, all of them, they have a fear. So they are fear of what is going on. Museveni 81 won the 71.65% of the vote on Thursday election. An election commission said, amid the report, at least 10 dead, intimidation of the opposition, civil society. His victory allowed him to extend his 40 rule of last African country. Of course, you can see that's what we are just saying. For over 4 decades, he has been in power for over 40 years. For how many years? So, you know, there are some some Uganda who does not even know that maybe there is a change of power. They believe that this man will continue to rule them, or for how long? For how long will Museveni continue to rule them? At least a man of 81 years, there's supposed to be a change of government. But where that is just Africa for you. So they believe that the man continue to rule them. If that is what they decide, well, we all know the kind of politics they play in Africa. You see, it's a very, very terrible thing, and we don't know what is going to happen to them next. I said Wine has faced related pressure since entry politics, including the multiple arrests before his first run for 2021, because as all of us, we can also see that Bobby Wine also contested in 2021 with this Museveni. We all know after the election, some of us, we saw what happened then, and Bobby Wine has to escape or run for his dear life, because after the election, the man Museveni was after his life, so he has to run for his dear life even before the election. So the Bobby Wine was so the life of Bobby Wine and his family were at risk. So for there, he has to escape and seek asylum somewhere before coming back home. Just for as of this also, Bobby Wine has also leave his own residence just to prevent any arrest or for his safety reason. Despite that, all he said that yes, his family and his wife and children, they are still at his residence, but for him himself, he has to hide for his dear life. Thank you for joining. Good evening. So those are some of the problems we are facing in Africa. He said, I know that those criminals are looking for me everywhere, and I'm trying my best to keep safe. He said, that is a Bobby Wine. He said there was a heavy police presence around the capital, Kampala. Journalists saw as the security forces sought to prevent the sort of a protest that even hit neighboring Kenya and Tanzania in recent months, because now they are not scared of what they know that they have done after the rigging of the election. So you can see that now they are not scared. So they are not even fear that maybe people may gather to say that what they did in the election is wrong. So they are now trying to prevent people not to protest against Museveni. So that is why now they are now trying to bring fear to people not to protest. So that is Africa problem for you. Yeah, that is all we have for Africa, and especially when you are talking of this election, because we know that's what we're going to bring the outcome of that election. Now let us go to Nigeria and see what is happening in Nigeria. Let's go to Rivers State, because the Rivers State is also a state in focus in Nigeria, because as the Nigerians now, as the river people, and we all know what they go on between Fubara and Wike of recent, because River State people now they try say that the River House of Assembly. Good evening, bro. How is your family? Good job. The Lord is your strength. Thank you so much. Joy is Live TV. Thank you so much for your presence always with us. Thank you. We really appreciate you. Our family is doing good, and how about yours? We are doing good too. First and foremost, let's go and see what is happening in Rivers State. Because as we all know, because we know say the river people, that is especially this fight where they between Fubara and his godfather, that is Wike. Because we know now say Wike they try all means to make sure say they impeach Fubara. Because the problem now be say, we don't ask this question ever since say we never agree know the kind of offense when Fubara commit. But as we see now, because be like say even Fubara now say Fubara is like it's now waking up because the guy now at least you can be somehow you can be fool for once, because person fool you for once you feel take am. If fool you for second time, the third one at least you go if na person wey get sense you go wise, because it's like now Fubara begin to think that once you don't push if you push dog to the extent and say when the dog began to react and say whatever is going to happen, let it happen. Because now as we see now between Fubara and Wike, it's just like Fubara has said that okay, now wetin go happen make it happen, because now as they don't push and reach where they go push and reach, anything when they know say they go do, or anything when they know say it go happen, make it happen. Because as all of us, we know how please if you are just joining us, help us to share this live program. Just as for me, unless I forget, I've forgotten to also share too. And don't forget, if today might be the first day when they see us, please you can help us to also like our page, and also help us to give us a thumbs up. Because me, I don't even forget, say I'm supposed to even share since. Please, I'm coming. Let me just share, because I don't even forget, say I'm supposed to even share, just for me to share. Okay, Yes, just as we dey talk, Fubara now don wake up, because now wetin Wike dey always dey plan before, say okay, e dey use the Rivers State House of Assembly take dey punish Fubara, because we know say all wetin dey happen between all those Rivers State people, all those Rivers House of Assembly and Fubara, na Wike na be the person wey e dey engineer dem, say see wetin dem go do, see wetin dem go do, and of course most of us we know what is going on there, because na Wike na dey use all those House of Assembly take dey pepper Fubara, because of what? Na only God know the kind of agreement wey be say dem make when they no wan let Fubara drink up and rest. Because now the thing is getting too much. It's like now Fubara begin to understand that whatever is going to happen, let it happen. If at least to the extent the president even they even suspend Fubara, Wike never still rest. Wetin they want make Fubara do, now be waiting all of us, most of us, we never even know wetin be the problem when e dey for this River State. But of course, the problem not be say e pass money matter, because as now Wike na, to me Wike na somehow can I say maybe is ungrateful somebody, because well, if I'm saying maybe Wike is ungrateful somebody, I'm sorry to use that word, say maybe e dey ungrateful, because now Wike na the person, please share, okay, thank you. Wike na the person wey be say okay, now the federal government that is led by President Ahmed Tinubu, waiting all due to wetin happen, the kind role wey dey play for 2023 election. Okay, now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu don even appoint a Wike, don give a Wike appointment, at least as a minister. That one never still do am. Okay, now you bring Fubara come, now you tell your people for Rivers State, say yes, Fubara go fit do well, make dem take Fubara, because now you introduce Fubara with them to them. Now you put Fubara, say okay, make Fubara be governor. No, the money how it take come into that position, whether by rigimo or whether maybe at least people vote and people not vote, and at least he don't be governor of the state. Okay, now as far as he don't be governor of the state, at least that for your position now to say okay, make you help her how the state go take grow. But now you come dey bring problem, they come to say okay, see wetin Fubara go do, see wetin Fubara not go do. Even though now at least Fubara is more than 18 years, no how matter what, e get some certain things, e get some areas where you go be say na when you go fit control Fubara reach, then from there he go take up his cross, go control himself. Fubara not be small pikin. You yourself, you know say at least under your government when you dey for power, Fubara na be the minister of accountant, he dey under your government. Any secret wey all of una do, Fubara dey aware. Now from there you choose Fubara, say okay, because of your evil heart, you believe or say yes, if Fubara dey there, na Fubara go fit cover for you, because of now you know the kind wayo when of all of una play, because you know say all those politicians they fear is EFCC after power. That is why they see say most of them now they join APC, because now here now all of us dey. When one of the leaders for Nigeria, I fit mention his name, Adam Osomole, when he talk say any person when he join APC, all his sin dey forgiven. This is some of the reason wey we dey see now, say even most of all these governors, all these House of Assembly, when all of them now they join APC, not be say that APC be the best party for them, but because of the fear of the EFCC, say okay, now after they come out for power, they don't want investigation, they don't want any embarrassment from any of agency. That is why now we dey see say that they go join APC. Not be say whether maybe as far as we know today, not that maybe APC is best to them. It is just because of the fear. And not only that, some of all these politicians, they fear, say okay, now the next election when they come, as far as you not be APC, you go be even the fear say as far as you not be APC, before you go win election, it go hard for you. So this is some of the reasons when you see say now some of them they join APC in order for them to join in order for them to win the next election. That's why now you see say that they join APC. Not be say the APC now they good party to some of them, because most politicians they know The reason is that just because of say now as of today we never get any serious opposition power because of who caused this problem wey we never get this serious opposition power na this Wike. Because Wike now he believe say yes na he be Otokinodo for Nigeria because he believe say wetin he believe na be that say just because of say the way when he dey use Fubara he dey think say he go fit use the whole Nigeria like that or the whole PDP member like that because that na this na the mistake wey Wike dey make. So because na Wike na he cause this problem when e be say today now before you go see opposition for Nigeria e dey hard because Wike na the person when e no wan join PDP e no wan leave PDP e no wan join APC. That na the kind of problem when they create for Fubara. Okay, now which kind of problem when person go fit talk now say yes this na the problem when Fubara and Wike get. Nobody go fit come out now come talk the problem, but every one of us we know say the problem when they get na the problem of how they will take how they will take control the resources of the resource of a river state. But where as we dey hear now say even now as Fubara now don wake up because now we dey hear say even Fubara now say don even block so many leakages wey be say e dey when the power wey Wike dey use for inside the river state. But now Wike even dey find out too much. Dey find out too hard now to come say okay now they wan impeach Fubara because first and foremost this impeachment saga of River State. So before the impeachment, this impeachment go fit go on. When the chief judges of the state, if you no sign am, you go see and say e go hard before they go come say they wan impeach Fubara because now as we all know na Fubara now he put the chief judge for the state, that the River State government. Na Fubara now na he appoint that the chief judge for the state, not be the person wey be say Wike appoint, because those are some of the things wey be say Wike dey annoy for Fubara because Wike now any appointment wey go come out from the state Wike want make e be say at least from the old side na from the appointment go dey come because now as far as Fubara now don appoint the chief judge, the chief judge of the state wey suppose sign the impeachment. Because if he sign the impeachment now, if they impeach Fubara today now, any person when he go come now, then be say the judge go lose the job. So for that, for him now to secure his job, he must make sure say Fubara they not fit impeach am. Because if they impeach Fubara today now, then be say him work don still finish. So he now he need to protect his job. So for this, you go see and say this impeachment saga when be say this House of Assembly, so when they create, so it go hard for them. And not only that, we all still know say at least Fubara before now PDP dey okay, now he don decamp to APC, and now the APC now be the ruling party because Wike now for him now he never still decamp because now we know say the life of PDP now we don't even know where the life of PDP, whether maybe PDP go still exist, so we don't even know because as far as all of us as we dey hear or as we know, Wike dey talk say yes he wan support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for 2027, but the problem is say make PDP make dem not produce any presidential candidate for 2027. Who does that? In any real sense, any sensible person, how you go talk say at least you deal with one party, the party when you deal with that person, maybe you dey work with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you now dey talk say make that party may they not produce any opponent because of say the person wey they work with, that is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, na him be president. So you don't want make any person come out from your party make they come compare with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for 2027. Who does that? Because now it's like you are now it's like now Wike is now using all the whole PDP, both the young and the old. If they use them now to tell them say they don't know wetin they do, because as far as now they under APC, as far as they get wetin he want from APC, so he want silent the rest people make them dey under am, because now the APC now don't favor them, so the APC now don't favor him, so the rest people now, he don't care whether maybe they go eat or whether they go drink or that one not concern am, because as far as he dey there they eat it all. So if the rest people like, make they go do wetin they go do. So you see, I say this Wike now for his selfish interest na be wetin e dey for, and that how that thing now go work. And that selfish matter when e dey so na e be wetin e carry reach where Fubara dey, because e no want make Fubara dey appoint minister or make e appoint anything when e go favour Rivers State without e be say e no put mouth, or without e be say e no tell Fubara say see wetin Fubara go do or see wetin e no go do. At least for God's sake, Fubara na matured man, is more than 18 years. At least na governor for the state, he get the whole right to do whatever he want, because as far as a governor of the state, he get the whole right to make sure say wetin he wan do na wetin go favour him people. Because all this one now, when Wike dey always dey do, because Wike dey always dey use that power to dey suppress president governor Fubara, to tell am say yes, because of say na him be godfather, so anything wey he tell am na he go do. So you go see as e no go work like that. That's per se na you bring am to come power, na you bring am come into power. As far as you don bring am come into power, then make you leave am, make e do wetin e suppose do as the governor of the state, because he know wetin he go do when he go favour him people. Because all this wahala when we dey see for Rivers State today, the thing now don dey too much. But this impeachment, to me, I no believe say e go fit work, because at least for now, all of us we don see am say Fubara e don dey wake up, because e don block so many leakage. Because for thank God now say at least before this plan, when Wike dey plan, he don already know say see the kind plan when Wike dey plan. That is why you see am say he dey calm go APC. Other many where wetin happen for this few days, say Wike dey go from one village to the, from one local government to the other local government. They talk say he dey go preach President Bola Ahmed Tinubu renew hope agenda. That one when they just do, that's part we know our Nigeria people, we know how we be, because you know say Nigeria people now when they see you say you get small thing, everybody they ready to praise you for that moment, but immediately you turn your back down. Now from there, now you go know whether maybe they like you or they don't like you. But we see the kind crowd when they pull that day, when they go from local government to local government, if they go to say yes, now so they go preach the renew hope agenda for Mr. President, the campaign. When campaign never even reached for people to campaign, no INEC rule, no INEC person don't come say okay, now it is not time for you guys to start campaigning. But we see Wike when they gather crowd, if they talk say na renew hope agenda for Mr. President, when you know say time never reach. So you see that one is just like a person when he make law, now he come breach the law. So whose fault go come be? So all this one when Wike they do that one, maybe he want use that to come talk say he want pepper Fubara, because that one now you know who water. So no person now go talk say okay, waiting Fubara. Waiting Wike do when they go to gather people, they talk say that renew hope agenda for Mr. President. If they talk say nobody. Say even if Fubara said no go even if he come back for first time, say na agreement, na be agreement. Which kind agreement be agreement when una go make? At least for person when he don't be governor for the first term, just like all of us we dey here, just like exactly wetin happen for Edo State for during Obaseki time, when the people come even say why this thing go happen, and this Wike when he go Edo State during Obaseki and Oshomole, if they go talk say why Godfather go exist for Edo State. Now today now he come the preach of Godfather. You see many things dey when Wike said they even they use when the many words dey when they use the words when they say he don't use against himself before. Many words dey now when they use now when they say that the thing when they against before. Because now during the time of either Oshomole and Obaseki for Benin, now Wike na he even come support Obaseki then. Come they even tell Adam Oshomole say why Adam Oshomole go come claim they claim Godfather for Edo State, say e no go work. Then he support Obaseki to win the election, that is the re-election of Obaseki then. But why e come be say now he come be the person wey dey support Godfather as of today wey we dey see. Na he be the person now wey come put Godfather for head. But they even dey see many governors, some old government, the governor, they even dey support and say yes, say na agreement be agreement. Wetin be that agreement wey be agreement? All of us we know say at least for now, no be say na Wike be the first person to support any governor, to support person to be governor, and no be him now go be na he go be the last person when he go see support person to be the governor. Because for Nigeria politics, na who no go no know, na it be how politicians when wetin they play for Nigeria. But well, as we all know, we all dey here to the watch them. But before we go for here now, because may we see the reaction when people they react now about this Wike, this Wike, as Wike now the plan say may they remove Fubara. The first reaction we will get for here be say said if you seek peace, you guys will see him as a weak. That's now, of course, that one are waiting. People they already talk because they believe say person will be say they seek for peace. They will say na weak person. But now when you know they react now, how they will take this one now. You will say that you will double your effort to host him. The best thing for him is to use his mighty as the governor to fight back. Only that Fubara is so gentle to you guys, and you are using him as an advantage to continue to trouble him. Of course, everybody will not say it because of the gentleness of Fubara. They use that eye. They look and say yes, this one not fit do anything because it's too gentle. That's not the way all this the House of Assembly, especially that when they call her, whether now Mia Willie or when they call her, when they use against Fubara, because any new thing now just about the budget, how they spend money, they plan how they want to impeach her. For God's sake, if now impeach her today now, okay, if he go house now, that will not be saying at the end of his life. At least life continue. But to let him say that just a bad name, say at least na ex-governor when be say they impeach. But that will not be the end of his life. He said that Fubara is not a noise maker like Wike. He surely has something big for the public. The next he will throw hit Wike straight to the eye. Don't call him weak. He must know that it must know what he's doing. That's now waiting. This our brother they talk. He said because Fubara not the person will be say if they make noise like Wike, because all of us we know say the next thing when Wike they do now, Wike is always fond of maybe calling a press conference, talking, abusing people. That is all we know Wike for. Where Wike is also the person that we know that is always like talking. Wike can talk because when he's talking, he's always speak with ego. I know like people to be seeing him as a semi-god. That is what I see in Wike. He said is the call it death a sentence, but where I don't know that. He said even if they are recalled, heaven will not fall. Of course, heaven will not fall, as I said before, and that will not be the end of his life. He says, so you want the governor to fold his hand and wash you guys, Sabi? So that governor will not fold his hand to be washing you guys to impeach him. So at least he have to do something that is usual to make sure that he protect his post. So you guys value peace that much, and you guys move for impeachment. The governor, they are let's see who succeed. Of course, we go see who will succeed, because as I said before, to me, I don't think that this impeachment is going to work, but at least it's just my suggestion. I cannot say, but to me, I don't think the impeachment will move, will hold water, and that one I'm waiting. I think because all this one when they talk say they want to impeach Fubara day and night, anything this threatening of impeachment, I think is getting too much. Please don't forget, if you are just joining us, you can help us to give us a thumbs up, and today is your first time of coming across our video. Please also follow our page. It is just free. He said oh really, if they are in touch with their constituency, they should not be bothered about a plot of to recall him. Of course, they should not be bothered about recalling him. Impossible mission, tell una godfather say no level. Of course, make dem go tell their godfather, which is Wike, say no level for them. Do you people have a constituency apart from Wike constituency? Na the question we go ask them be that. Wike era men, of course, na Wike era men and they be. Those are grown up men that always lis ten to Wike. You know, don't forget that even while they are listening to Wike, Wike was the one who said that he bought their farm. So he said he bought their phone for them. So for that reason, I don't think that none of them had the power to speak since Wike is the one that bought their phone for them to contest. So that is why he has that power over them, because since he bought the phone for them, he has to control them, whatever they do. He said, I do not see Fubara as a Niger politician or a leader. He needs a good advisor. Know when to fight, when to be calm, when to act foolish, and when to roll like a lion. Of course, that na wetin politicians, na wetin our politicians wetin dem want. You must know when to act and when to laugh, because sometimes when you laugh too much, and they will come take you for granted, say maybe this one he no know wetin e dey do. Undermining say maybe no how matter how you go pretend yourself say you want to be good or you want to be nice, and some people will still take you for granted. So that is where politicians, that is Nigeria politicians for you. He said the rivers of trouble, Wike rivers. Of course, we know say rivers politicians. The politics of Rivers State is always somehow because anyone when they for politicians for river and not be saying an easy job. At least we have been seeing it right from Peter Odile to Amechi, even to Wike time. So we all know what is going on in Rivers State. So Rivers State politics not be just a river, not be just a politician wey go just keep calm like that, because of course we know wetin dey for inside river na because of the resource when the river still get, because we still know say no other state get that kind of resource. So that's why we dey always see say Rivers State na one of the political interests for Nigeria. So any politicians when they meaningful for Nigeria, or any leaders of political party when they useful for Nigeria, it must get interest for Rivers State politics. Well, before we go for here, because as our time they go now, as we all know, at least we don't spend almost 40 minutes for here. Let's take 2 or 3 comments here before we go. He said, okay, let's take this one from Joseph. Joseph, he said, the truth is both of you cannot work together, either the governor or the House of Assembly. Time will tell. The only thing I see here is that Assembly are not using their brain. Impeachment is not the only thing to do, because it may take time or not succeed. Of course, that now waiting at the National Assembly, that is the Rivers State National Assembly, that is what they forget to know, because all they believe that yes, what they are going to do, the next thing for them is just for them to impeach Fubara, because they thought that maybe that is just the best thing. You know, at least this our brother here, Joseph, you have made the best comment of the day, because the impeachment is not the only thing they can do. There are many ways they said they want to punish the government. At least the House of Assembly, they had their right, but impeachment is not the best way for them to go. He said, if you people plot to remove him as the governor, why would he not plot to recall you? Why is it that a problem? Of course, that now waiting Fubara, they plan, because as they plan to remove Governor Fubara will also plan in one way or the other to also look to protect himself. So now waiting they go on be that. He should have done that since. Of course, they are looking for GMG for the governor, and it be like say the man not send the message. Of course, we all know waiting all of them they look for both Wike and all of them now what they look for. They said that no man can last 5 seconds on top that. Well, of course, now that thing, that one they put us. So said the politicians, Fubara made peace. You are too proud of governor. A servant cannot be greater than his master. Well, of course, this one we don't know how you take get here. Say a servant cannot be greater than his master. Of course, we not say a servant cannot be greater than his master, but at least there are some extent that you can control your servant. There are some extents. There's a way you can control your servant to some extent. Then when it's getting too much, at least the servant has the right to say, master, enough is enough. I cannot do such a thing you are telling me to do. So that is how it is. He said you carry gun to peace talk and expect opponent to welcome you, smile. You go as far as saving an impeachment notice to a sitting governor and asking him to come for a peace talk. Of course, which all of us will not say it no go fit work. Now that they seek for peace. Well, this is where we are going to end this our live broadcast. Thank you all for joining. Please don't forget, if you are just joining us for the first time, also follow our page and help us to share this program and give us a thumbs up. Thank you all for joining, and see you in our next video. Happy weekend, everyone. Bye bye for now.